Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Woke by Accident podcast, a weekly chat about socially conscious topics impacting the culture. And welcome to Sambaza, host and creator of the Sambaza podcast. He is a two-time nominee for the Best African Diasporan Podcast by the APVA, and he is from the Republic of Kenya in East Africa. He also has been a presenter at the Afros and Audio Podcast Festival, and he will be an ambassador for the 2024 Afros and Audio Podcast Festival. Welcome, Sambaza. Hi.
Thank you, Jen. Hi, how you doing today?
Good. Welcome. We are here on a Friday. Thank you guys for tapping in. We normally are not here on Fridays, but we're doing a little something special for Friday. And shout out to Sambaza in his FUBU outfit. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's not. It's not FUBU. Okay, let me explain. Wait. First, we'll
No,
have
go
that
ahead. Go
conversation.
ahead and
No,
explain.
guys, welcome to the show. This is Sambaza. See, I got all old school, everything Coogee, and then this label is called Vocal, VOKAL. You know about it?
Oh, I know about. Come on now. I'm from St. Louis. Nelly used to represent Vocal. Come
There
on
you
now.
go. That was a surprise.
We got Vocal in the closet.
Yeah, because they're not going to be sold anymore, right?
Yeah, look, you need to
Remember, he
let me
got sued for it
resell
or something
that
like
and
that.
make you some money.
No, this is for my great grandkids. I'll tell my kids to keep it up there
You
and
are
then
so
sell it.
funny. Okay, so yeah, we are in hip hop mode today. We are excited. We have a special guest, and we're going to be talking about all things hip hop. And let's see. You threw me off. Oh, you threw me off. You threw me off with that. Yeah, so we do have a special guest. Our next guest, I would call him, you could call him a hip hop historian, a hip hop content creator, an overall music enthusiast who hails from London. And he has crafted a unique and special podcast which highlights the genius and hard work of music and that has been put into great music from those who created it, the producer. So he has interviewed some of the hottest and most famous music producers in the industry from Jimmy Jam, Harris, High Tech, Brian Alexander Morgan, Bink, Rockwilder, Easy Mo B, Boy Wonder, Knife Wonder, DJ Toomp, along so many more. We are so excited. Let's see. Welcome, Olu Femi. Hey, Olu.
What's going on? How you doing? How you doing?
Yeah, welcome, sir. How
Welcome.
are you?
I'm all right, man. I got a bit of a sore throat, but I'm okay. I'm all right.
Does that really sound like a sore throat? That sounds like a British accent, Max.
Yeah,
Nah,
Hilarious. Oh,
yeah,
well, I'm
welcome,
sorry you're
welcome.
under the weather.
yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming through. I came to know Olu when he used to curate really awesome hip hop sample trivia spaces on Clubhouse, which attendees would listen to an older tune, which contributed to a music sample of a modern song, and the attendees would be challenged to guess the modern song which sampled the original older tune. And as a frequent attendee, I can tell you it was a fun time. Olu incorporated, actually, he incorporates a version of the game in his platform. So we definitely want to celebrate his platform and have him share about what he's doing with the Sample Lounge. Olu, please tell us about the Sample Lounge.
Okay, so basically, it's a platform where I interview producers, mostly, well, entirely R&B, hip hop, and we go through their catalog in chronological order, and we speak about their catalog. And the way I do it is I'll play a sample that they used, and then I challenge people who are on the call to try and guess what song from their catalog use the sample in question. And then once they guessed it correctly, I play the song that they actually produced, and then we just talk about the song really. and that's it in a nutshell, really. I can
Okay.
go into more, but that's it. Yeah.
Okay, put a pin in that. Sambaza, you want to address the comments?
Oh yeah, sure. Look at the comment. Oh, we got Ed Campbell. He said, "Peace and admiration. Jen is a lactastic podcaster."
Okay.
And Denise Moore is here saying from the Healing Session, Heal and Empower podcast. She says, "Hey fam, thank you for joining in, and all those who are
Yes.
joining in right now, thank you so much."
Thank
Okay, I
Thank
gotta
you.
throw
you.
in this. I used to follow you, Jen, into those rooms, and I used to be intimidated. First of all, Ola would call me up and on stage, and I'd be like, "What am I going to say? What am I going to do?" The music was great, but I was just intimidated with
Really?
being up there. But I did love the music. It was a fun time. I had started becoming a regular of the show, and yeah, shout outs to you, Ola.
Know
Yeah,
that.
Oh, you've been in the room a couple of times. Didn't know
I've
that.
been in the room a couple of times. You used to call me up. I'm like,
Well,
I'm just
what was your name on Clubhouse?
Il Sambaza.
Ah, right. Ah, that's a really
But
good.
he
That's a
has
really
a
good pub.
little picture of a little
I have it.
cartoon
Yeah,
character.
you'd
So
have to
you
look.
Oh,
Yeah,
probably wouldn't have known it was him.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that's the.
And did you ever come up? You didn't come up
I
once.
did come up like twice, but I kept quiet.
Okay, right, right.
Oh, Simbaza.
That's funny.
That is funny. Okay, cool. So you know exactly what we're talking about because I was like, wait a minute. Okay, so Simbaza, if you want to,
Oh yeah.
okay.
So Olu, we're gonna start this off. So you're from the
Okay.
UK, and
Hmm.
you're a huge fan of American music. Tell us, where is the love for US tunes come from? Because I know the British have a great catalog of music. Like that dude. I forgot his name. The one who sang "I'm Walking Away." Okay, I don't
Craig
have it.
David. Craig
Yeah,
David.
Craig David. Yeah, 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 yeah. See,
Yeah, yeah,
back
yeah.
in the day. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't think my like for Black American music is that peculiar because one of the most popular genres in the world. So
Hmm.
me liking it is, I mean, most people in the UK like it. So I mean, that's what I used to see on the television screen. That's what I used to see on the radio, see on the hear on the radio. Um, yeah, that's what
But you
was.
know what, Olu, you more than like it. You actually, I feel like you study it. You like feel it in your bones. I feel like you really are into music.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I'm really into music, but I was just saying that the fact that I was interested in Black American music, I
Hmm.
don't think it was like a what's the word? It wasn't like a weird interest. Like I think most people like the music. The biggest musicians in the world are from America,
Yeah,
right?
for
So
sure.
yeah, that's what got me interested in the first place. It's good music, and I just like music. I like dissecting things, and
Yeah.
yeah, pretty much. It's as simple as that, really.
Okay, cool. And then
But
and
the
next, yes,
the UK
Samantha.
catalog is still there. Okay, so what made you shift? Okay, there's a because here I'm Olu, been there. The UK
Mhm.
people are very proud of the music. I remember, in fact, the reason why I put in Craig David is because Craig David at that time when he was coming out with his songs, right? Uh, there was a thingy where they were trying to get him over to the US, and he had to pull back and stay in the UK because of I think Diddy wanted him at that time, and there were talks of him moving over to kind
Didn't
of
know that.
cross over back in the day. Wait, that's a long time ago. Man. Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's the time when I was like listening to the music, and he didn't do the move. And I think I don't know whether it was for the reason of trying to say, okay, like, to keep the heritage of music and say there's also hip hop music that can come from there, and kind of like, okay, so you must have heard other artists that played hip hop in the UK.
Yeah,
Um,
I did. I did.
mhm,
But okay, but here's the thing, right? Growing up, right? When I heard rap music from the UK, often it sounded like a cheap imitation of what was going on in America,
Hmm.
and I really hated that. Um, it's the same thing with early Afro beats. you still be Afrobeat artists that will try and rap in an American accent. So is that like you always see these imitations of what's going on in America. So that I don't like hearing him imitations of something else going on. But I, that's rap music earlier. But I've always had an interest in grime music, which is kind of similar to rap music. But I guess you can say it's done at a faster BPM. So I liked people like Dizzy Rascal, Wiley, um, Tinchy Strider. These are all grime artists from the UK. So it's not like I don't have a zero. It's not like I have zero interest in UK music. No, that's not the case. There's a lot of UK music that I do like. It's just so happens that the majority of the music that I like comes from America. That's just I'm just me being honest, you know. So it's not as black and white as oh I only listen to this type of music because I mean there's music from the UK I love too like Craig David like you said like
Mhm.
Sade, um what's Simply
Sweet.
Red,
Oh yeah.
Sting, um uh like I said the grime artist I mentioned before,
Okay.
um Soul to Soul. But this is the thing. Some of those artists I've mentioned, they're heavily influenced by what's happened in America. Because Soul to Soul, come on, man, Soul to Soul sounds
Yeah.
like something that came from. Because when I was growing up, I didn't know Soul to Soul was from the UK until I grew up and did my research. So
Right.
yeah. That would be my response to that.
Okay.
Definitely. And I'm thinking of the group You Can't Stand the Rain. Who is that? That's they're from the UK too.
Sorry, say that again.
Uh, You Can't Stand the Rain.
What are you talking about?
They're from the UK.
You can't stand the rain. Is that what they're called? Is that the group?
Yeah, that's no, that's a song. It's an old song from the 80s.
I don't
Um,
know. I don't know. But yeah,
well,
I just want to make it
yeah,
clear. There's a lot of UK music I do like. It's just majority of the music I like is from America. That's it.
for
I
sure.
kind of wanted you to pay homage to them as well, and
No, he
then
shouted
we could.
out quite a few.
I,
He's
I said quite a few. In
he
fact,
did.
I interviewed a UK rapper called Joe Black. Shout out to
Mhm.
him. He's a real dope
Mhm.
rapper. He was one of the first rappers from the UK to rap in a UK accent. You know, and so
Oh,
that's what made me very interested in his music. So I am trying to interview more UK artists producers, but it just so happens that I have a bigger network in America than I do over here, which is
Right.
really which is really interesting. I've tried reaching out to people in the UK, but it's been a bit difficult. But in due time, it will happen.
Yeah, you definitely shout out the underground UK scene. I've seen you do that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
for sure. And then how long have you been doing the podcast The Sample Lounge?
Okay, so excuse me. That's the sore throat I was telling you about.
yeah. Now,
Uh,
now you prove it's a sore throat. Yeah.
okay, so the podcast, but I'll start way before the podcast. So I started doing the rooms on Clubhouse, like, as you know,
Mhm.
April 2021. So that's like 3 years ago now, right? And it was just initially it was just me playing samples, people guessing. That was it, right? There was no discussion or interviews going on. And then um 6 months after I started, like November 2021, EJ, you know EJ Jen, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Shout out to EJ. EJ, he's very close with a producer called Bink, and I was doing a room about his catalog, so he messaged Bink, told him to come through. Didn't know he did that until after the fact, and then yeah, when he came in the room, uh, I was like, wow, okay, I don't know what to do because I normally just play samples, but now I can't just do that. I need to take advantage of the fact that the producers in the rooms. So
Yeah.
so that was the first interview that I did in November 2021, but that wasn't planned, and so I didn't. I was asking a lot of stupid questions, like because I didn't because normally when I did interviews, I prepare for them, but this one I wasn't prepared for. So I was just trying to ask a question, trying to make it most of the time. But yeah, so that was the first one that I did, and then the I think excuse me, a couple of months afterwards, the first planned interview was with DJ Timp, and that was in February 2022. So if we want to say November 2021, that's when I first
Okay.
started. Yeah, since then, that's how long I've been doing it.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
awesome. And then in May of 2023, you got a really cool and huge celebrity mention on about the podcast. Tell us about that and who that
Oh
was.
man, that was amazing. Like, I still can't get over that. So the person who shouted me out was Joe Budden. Shout out to Joe Budden. He during his podcast he just said, yo, this is a pretty dope page that really breaks down like the story, gives you background about how these producers made these beats and how artists recorded their vocals or sung or rap over them, blah 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 blah. So he just gave it a shout out. This happened in May, the first week of May. I can't remember the exact date. And then once that shout out happened, I just had so many people started following me, and I was a bit confused as to what was going on. And long story short, obviously I eventually found out. Oh,
No,
it
no,
was
no. This
Joe.
is not long story short.
Okay,
This is
okay, okay.
getting interesting. So, okay,
Okay, I'll break it down. Okay, I'll break it down to
yeah.
you, right?
So, you go to your
Okay,
social media page. Maybe you had how many followers at that time? You started off with
okay.
maybe 1,000. Maybe okay. I'm putting a rough estimate 1,000, and then you started seeing it increase or something like that.
It was like around 2,000 followers. Okay, I'll tell you what happened, right? So I'll set the scene, right. So obviously with the Joe Budden podcast, they record it and then they release it maybe a couple of days afterwards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So um, I randomly got a follow from Melissa Ford. No, actually, first of all, I did a collaboration post, Instagram post with Bink, right?
Okay.
I think it was about one song that he did called Jay Z, the Ruler's Back, right? I did that, and obviously Bink has a good network online. Loads of like people in the business follow him. So when I did, because I
Mm-hmm.
got did a collaboration with him, Joe Budden saw that post. So Joe Budden followed me. I was like, oh, cool. Joe Budden followed me. This is before the shout out, all right?
Yeah.
So I'll say Joe Budden followed me on a Tuesday, right? Let's say Tuesday, and then a couple of days later, Melissa Ford followed me, and this is before the shout out.
Mm-hmm.
So now I was a bit confused. I was like, okay, Joe Budden followed me. Now Melissa Ford followed me, and loads of some other people that are connected with the Joe Budden podcast followed me. So I was a bit confused. I was like, why is they? It's not. It can't be coincidence. They must have spoke to each other. In my mind, I'm thinking, oh, he must have told him off the podcast, not as they're recording it. He must have told them about it, and they were following. Just decided to follow me. That's what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And then uh, and of course, if I don't know if you've seen the video of them talking about it, I was on my social media. Do you know when
Yes.
he tells them about it, and they all go on their phone to see I
Oh,
th- and Melissa Ford goes on her phone. That must have been the time that she followed me. If you get what I'm saying,
Oh, okay.
did you get what I'm
Okay.
saying?
right,
But
right,
but of
Yeah.
course, I saw this after the fact. But
right.
I
Right.
but as it's happening, as they're recording it, I get a follow from her, and I was thinking, what's going on? This is interesting.
That's
But
pretty
anyway,
cool.
do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then a few days later, um, I started getting people started following me, and someone put in the comments, "Oh, Joe Budden brought me here." And then
Uh.
I DM'd him. I was like, "What do you mean Joe Budden brought you here?" Oh, he said, "Oh, he spoke about it." No, when he said Joe Budden brought him here, I was thinking, okay, this is what I said. I said to him, "Oh, if you see him, tell him I said thank you." Me thinking that, oh, he's gonna bump into him in the corridor, be like, "Oh, he said thank you." That's what I was thinking. I didn't even know that he actually spoke about it on the podcast and he told all his listeners. So then when I told him that, he said, "Yeah, if I get the chance to see him, because I don't know him." So I was thinking, why would you not get the chance to see him? Do you understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I
That's
hadn't put two
cool.
and two together. So then loads of people started following me, and I start seeing the JBP brought me, JBP brought me here, and I was like, so then I DMs another person. I was like, what do you mean the JBP? He was like, oh, he shouted you out on your podcast. I was like, oh shit. So now I was like, do you know? Because you know his podcasts are like really really long,
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
4 hours long. I was like, do you know where the timestamp? And he was like, sorry, I can't remember. So what I tried to do is I tried to listen because prior to this, I've seen clips of his podcast, but I've never watched listened to it properly. Now I don't miss an
Okay.
episode. Now
Yeah.
I listen to every episode because I'm a big fan. Um, so then what I tried to do is I tried to play the whole 4 hours and try and see where you mentioned me. I fell asleep. Not because I was bored of it. I was just
No,
tired.
but yeah, 4 hours.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then when I woke up, someone told me gave me the timestamp. I went on to the podcast, looked for the timestamp, and I just heard him speaking about it. And I was like, oh my god! And then
Wow.
yeah, and then I guess prior to the show, I had like 2,000 followers, and
Mhm.
then within a week, it was like 25,000. Now it's like
It's
42,
crazy.
43,000. But yeah, that's basically what happened. So yeah,
Wow. Look at you. That is
yeah,
awesome. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Talk
Yep.
about organic. I mean, I love that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was mind blowing for me, and I've pinned the video of them speaking about it on my
Mhm.
Instagram. So every now and again, a couple of days, if I wake up in the morning, I might play it just to like, I don't know, it just does something to me when I see it, you know?
Look, I know that's
Hey,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Motivation,
motivation.
totally.
yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love
I
that.
agree. That's very interesting, and like Jen said, it's more organic. So,
Mhm.
what is your goal and objective in highlighting the producer of the song rather than the artist? Because that's a different way of. Uh, it's like, yeah, it's a different way. I haven't heard that before. So, kindly please explain.
Um, first of all, there's quite a few platforms that do highlight producers. Though I just want to say that I guess I guess because they are producers and not the actual artists, it might not get as much visibility.
Mhm.
So yeah, but I'll say that first. But the reason why I like to highlight producers because number one, I really enjoy this listening to this. I love instrumentals. I love the rap, but I love the instrumentals, and there's certain instrumentals that just make me feel a certain way. Like it gives me certain joy. And when I do my research and I found out, oh, you did this, I was like, yo, man, you're dope. But it's just so unfortunate that they don't get the limelight. So basically,
Mhm.
my whole point is I just want to shed light on the producers because they don't normally get the spotlight.
Mhm.
Um, and I've noticed that a lot of the reels that I post on my Instagram, you'll see people in the comments being like, "Oh, I didn't know he did that." And that's one of my favorite
Yeah.
phrases that I like to hear when I'm doing this thing. Oh, I didn't know he did that. So I feel like that's like a good thing for me when I make somebody say, "Oh, I didn't know he did that," and I know that now because I was on your page. So I just want to shed light on them. That's basically it, really.
That's cool.
They got a hard job to do, though, because
Say that again.
they got a hard job to do. Because when you look at it, he has to mix everything and know which beat will work. And sometimes you have a producer who will, look at an artist and say, okay, this is the this is the artist. I want to choose this particular beat for them, and then kind of give them the beats, and then they like it. And then now you have to make sure they sample well into the music that artist is going to sing or the words. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, it's definitely a skill set, a difficult thing to do. And yeah, I just want more people to know about who these people are. Of course, if you're a music head, you would know these people. But if you're just like an average music listener, you might not know who. This is crazy, but you might not know who Jimmy Jam or Terry Lewis is. You
That's true.
you definitely know the songs that they've done, but
Right.
but you might not know who they are. You might not know who Rock Wilder is or Bank is, but you definitely know the songs that they've done. So that's
Right.
that's it for me, really.
I love that. Definitely love the idea of giving flowers and, celebrating people who work hard behind the scenes who don't normally get celebrated in the same way that the artist does. So,
Hmm.
shout out to that for sure. And then,
Mhm.
is there anyone we kind of name some of the people that you have had a chance to speak with and have these great conversations on the Sample Lounge, even including some of the children of legends? Speak to that part, anything that stands out, or anybody that's on your wish list.
Okay, so I'll speak about the sons and daughters of the legends that I've interviewed. So I've interviewed the daughters of James Brown, Fela Kuti, Isaac Hayes, Gil Scott Heron, Betty Wright, and I think there's one more. I can't remember. I think there's another one, but I can't remember. But yeah, um, and of course, with the exception of actually, I think all of the those people I've mentioned they're no longer with us. So yeah, so it's a way to get to gain insight from the people that knew them best, you know, about their life, about their career, and the format is the same as what I mentioned before. But in this case, for example, James Brown's case, I will play a James Brown original song, and then I'll get people to try and guess what song sampled that James Brown song, and then we'll speak with the daughter, Deanna Brown. In this case, just ask her backgrounds about her dad, and just stuff like that. In regards to, excuse me, in regards to you said you was asking me about is are there any other people that I would like to interview in the future?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Timberland. I've been
Okay.
trying to make. I actually spoke to Timberland. That's the funny thing.
Nice.
Yeah, I spoke to him on TikTok live, and I was like, "Yo, I would love to interview you." And he was like, oh, "Okay, cool. I'm gonna follow you." So he followed me on TikTok. We follow
Okay.
each other, but I've not been able to get in contact with him since then. So,
You're
but
closer though. Yeah,
Yeah,
you'll
yeah,
have
yeah,
it.
yeah,
You'll
yeah,
I
make it
remember
yeah.
seeing
happen.
him on TikTok too. Yeah, came up on TikTok a couple of times. That
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Hey,
But
It's
the first
this,
step is he knows who you are, and if he told you yes, then all you gotta do is remind him.
look
yeah,
here. We gonna make it happen because we know too many people from the VA.
right, right, right. Yeah,
757. Come on now, the people
Uh,
you know. I got some
yeah.
podcast bros that are from 757, so we can make it happen.
I'm,
I
I'm,
really
pre-
can.
I'm pretty sure it will happen. It's just a matter of when it will happen. Um, but yeah, yeah, I'm pretty sure it will happen because I've been fortunate just to interview quite a few like prominent people, and
Yeah.
the more I do that, the bigger network I create. And
Mhm.
but basically, what I'm saying is because of the people I've interviewed already, I don't think anything's impossible now. So yeah,
I love that. Look at
yeah.
you. I just got warm and tingly here. You used to say that.
Yeah.
I used to feel
Oh,
that way about Obama, but you just saying that.
uh,
Wow. I believe that. I believe that. Look, you are so under the weather. Oh my God. We're going to
yeah.
get to the game and then send you so that you can get a spot of tea or something.
Oh man.
Okay, so
That's
I
violence right there.
what's Sabaza?
It's tea with a spot of milk, right? Or do you drink tea?
Yeah.
Oh
I drink
no,
tea.
man, Jen, what
I
have you
drink
done?
I drink tea. I
Uh
drink
huh.
coffee. I drink coffee more nowadays because the older I get, the more I fall asleep. I don't know why, but
Oh
yeah.
wow.
So,
Okay.
but anyway, go ahead.
No, it's good. I did create a little small trivia game dedicated to the Sample Lounge as I am a big supporter and I thought it would be fun. Sambaza insisted on playing along.
Okay,
So
cool.
Hey
we'll
man, look,
see. You know what, Sambaza. But no, O's content is so special because his passion is not just for hip hop music, but truly all music. And it's truly organic, like we said. And he is not, in this for chasing likes and follows. He's just truly, that admiration and appreciation for those people doing the hard work behind the scenes and hearing when people say, "Oh, I didn't know that." You know what I mean? And I love that about this. So let's get into the
before we get into
game.
that, how wait when you started? Yes, how has your celebrity status come up? Because now you're like a celebrity of some sort out there. People know you.
I mean, people know me on Instagram, but it's not like people stop me in the street and be like,
Oh, they
ah,
saw you in the street. They don't stop you yet. Yet
no, 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 no,
Not
no.
yet. Okay.
it's coming.
Nah, nah, nah.
Coming.
But I mean, I get a lot of interesting like notifications on my Instagram. Um,
Okay.
for example,
All right, here we
Jen,
go. Yes, I
I
want
know
to hear it.
you like Jermaine Dupri, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I just like an hour ago, I got like 4 notifications from him. He liked like 4 of my videos. He didn't follow me though, but
Really?
he liked four.
Okay. I'm not. He watching though. Look.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
watching.
Like I know I remember Kelly Rowland commented on one of my things
She sure
once.
did. She sure
Yeah,
did. I
yeah,
remember
yeah.
that.
I'm trying to think. Maurice Chestnut randomly followed me. Um,
Wow.
who else? It's probably quite a few. But I can't remember top of my head. But yeah, I get
Bro, you need to
insurance.
move. You need to move to the U.S. now.
Look at
Maybe
that.
one day. Maybe one day. One
Hey,
day.
And you know
just
what,
like
Olu,
that.
look, he said he's never been to the US. Is that true?
No, I haven't. Everybody in my immediate family's been. Like both of my
Mm.
siblings are born in Philadelphia, but
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been yet. But I'm planning to go soon. Planning to go soon.
Wow.
So
Okay.
you got
Yeah.
family on this side of the
I've got
your.
family friends on this side, but
Mhm.
my immediate my brother and sister were born there,
Okay,
but they live here. They live here. Yeah,
okay.
Okay.
yeah.
Interesting.
I'm gonna each time I call him, I'm gonna meet. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
One more thing.
yeah,
Uh,
go ahead.
yeah, you got the name Olu Femi. Originally born, but you born and bred in the UK. Any ties to back in your homeland in
I'm,
Africa?
I mean, yeah. I mean, my parents they're from Nigeria. They came here just
So
before
you're
I was.
first generation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was born and raised there. Yeah, but my parents they're from Nigeria.
Okay.
So I've been to Nigeria a few times. I
Nice.
I understand the language. Speaking it, I'm okay, but I could be better.
Do
But
you do Swahili?
no, Swahili is not Nigeria.
Oh,
Swahili's I think it's Swahili's Kenya, right? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
okay.
Swahili's Kenya.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you a story,
Okay, go
and
ahead.
then I don't know if I told you the story. And uh, okay, so here's the story. We were in the plantations, right? And the plantation home, and this lady was explaining about how the kitchen where the slaves were cooking stuff and what have you. And she was like, they brought all the spices and they came from East Africa and they cook they cook jollof rice. Can you imagine out of the party? I shouted from the back there, we don't need jollof rice. And everybody turned around and looked, was like, who is that? I said, yeah, we don't eat, I'm from Kenya, but we don't eat jollof rice. So that kind of changed her mindset. Then I went later on and talked to her and told her, yeah, we eat pilau, which is different, different spices. But
So
that was my
jollof
experience.
rice is
I mean, it's nice. There's different countries in Africa
it's
cook it.
okay.
Nigeria, I think Cameroon
Nigerian.
does it.
Okay.
Ghana, yeah, quite a few places in
Mhm.
Africa. Eat, eat, eat,
I don't
eat,
want to
eat.
start. I don't want to start a jollof war right here.
Oh no, no,
Some
I'm not
people
gonna
will be
do it.
coming in and listening in, and then some
I'm not gonna
comments,
do
and
it.
then you'll be like, "Yeah, okay." So the reason why I threw in this Africa concept to you is because there's a rise in Afrobeats, right? Have you ever looked at the producers and kind of followed some of them who have brought in like the Burner Boy? Who do I? There's a whole new generation. I know.
Kid,
Yeah,
Davido,
yeah, Wizkid. Those are
Davida.
yeah, Wizkid and Burner Boy.
yeah.
But there are other producers who have been there, who have kind of come out to bring them out to before they became mainstream. There were those guys who used to work on the background. Um, or like Adekunle. I think he's a producer as well. He's a producer and a singer. Have you ever focused on them a little bit on your show, or is this just strictly hip hop on the American side, or try to merge the two?
Okay, so I did interview the daughter of Fela Kuti, right?
Mhm.
And obviously, you know, he's an Afro beat legend,
Mhm.
and we went through her dad's catalog. So I've done that type of thing. Um, I am looking at interviewing producers from the Afrobeat genre as well. I've like my cousin's quite he's quite connected in that part of the industry. So we spoke about, you know, setting up a few things. So but yeah, so that will be coming at some point in the future. Yeah.
Yeah, let me
But
know.
but but I will be honest with you. The majority of the stuff that's on my page is R&B and hip hop because that's the genre of music that I listen to the most. But I do like Afro beats. Don't get me wrong. But the majority of the music that I'm interested in is
You
R&B
don't
and hip
enjoy
hop.
the Afrobeat sound?
I do enjoy Afrobeat
Mhm.
sound. I definitely do. I'm just saying the majority of the music that I listen to
Right.
is hip hop and R&B. Yeah, like
I'm just getting your
like.
I'm just getting your personal life right now about what you like. Yeah,
Oh, is that,
I know the lounge is your the Olu, right? Now
yeah.
we want to know Olu Femi. Okay?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, I like Afro beats, but
Mhm.
just the majority of the music I listen to is hip hop and R&B. And do you know another reason why that is because um Afro beats, in my opinion, only started to become popular within like I say the mid like from like 2008
Yeah.
onwards. That's when it started to pop,
Mhm.
right? But prior to that, what I grew up listening to wasn't Afro beats. It was I wasn't listening to music from the continent prior to that. I grew up listening to, you know, Timberland, Leah,
Mhm.
Jay Z, Michael Jackson. That's what I grew up listening to. So I tend to take an interest in the music I grew up listening to. So although I majority of my page is hip hop and R&B, one thing you might notice on my page is that you won't see too many recent music on my page.
Mhm.
And by recent, let's say 5, 10 years. You won't see too many. Most of the songs on my page are from like mid 90s, early 2000s. Yeah, I rarely listen to new music, and
Okay.
so that's bringing me back to the Afro beats thing because Afro beats is more of a, like an emerging thing within the last 10,
Sure.
10 years, right?
Right.
So that's another reason why I majority of the music that I listen to isn't Afro beats because it's not because it's not because it's Afro beats or anything. It's just that it's more recent music. Most of my interest in music is like old school music. If that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to I'm sorry, I'm going to delve a little bit deeper
Yeah, go ahead.
on the Fela Kuti, right?
Yeah,
When
yeah,
you
sure.
interviewed daughter of Fela Kuti, and since you've sampled his album, in your personal opinion, right, based on how many catalogs you looked at, how would you compare? Let's just say when Fela Kuti sung the quality and what he brought to the table at his time, and what you have, let's say you'd compare a certain musician around his time, who produced those songs,
Wait, how would I compare Fela Kuti to other
like
artists
James,
around?
like say for example, if you were to take a
Hmm.
James Brown catalog, right,
Mhm.
Right.
at that time when Fela Kuti was busy playing his songs, how would you establish the quality? What do you think the quality of the music and how the expertise with the producers who were doing behind the scenes who were working on it? Was there a difference?
Was there a difference in the quality? I
Mhm.
think they're both high quality music.
Mhm.
I think it is evident when you look at the different types of artists that sampled both their catalogs. I mean, look at James Brown. James Brown's been sampled by all types of genres. And if you look at Afrobeats, if you look at Fela Kuti, Burna Boy samples a lot of Fela Kuti's music.
Mhm.
Wizkid has done that quite a few times. Um, so I see them as like the foundations of black music. I see James Brown, Fela Kuti, Gil Scott Heron. These are all foundations of the different types of black music. So I wouldn't say one is better than the other.
Mhm.
Um, and another thing is that they both in fact those three artists I mentioned, Gil Scott Heron, Fela Kuti especially, Gil Scott Heron and Fela Kuti especially, they were very political with
Yes.
their music as well. Their music had meaning. James Brown also did music that was political. If you look at I'm Black and I'm Proud.
Hmm. Right.
Um, if you look at I can't think of the other one at the top of my head right now, but they they were very conscious artists,
Right.
and um, I think that's what makes their music quite timeless as well.
Definitely.
Because if you look at Fela Kuti, some of the things that he was talking about in his music, there's still issues in Nigeria today. Same thing with Gil Scott Heron, you know.
Totally. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
For example, I'll give you a good example. Um, Gil Scott Heron did a song called I think it's called Knock. No knock, no knock. Yeah, it's called No Knock, basically. And that song is basically about the no knock warrant. And when you say no knock warrant, one of the things that instantly comes to my mind is Breonna Taylor.
Hmm.
Rest in peace. And this song was written, I think it was written in the 70s.
Hmm.
And Breonna Taylor happened, I think it was like 5, 6 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, relatively recently. So,
Right.
long story short, what I'm saying is these artists, the things that they were talking about in the 70s are still relevant today. So that's how I've compared
Definitely.
it.
For
Yeah,
sure.
and I'm pretty sure your parents did love Fela Kuti, so
Oh yeah,
that
yeah,
must have been something being played in your living room at some point in
oh
time,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. I
Okay.
see. This is another thing. A lot of the music that I like is music that my parents listen to.
Okay.
Right, yeah. So SWV, for example,
Yeah.
I was telling my
Hey.
dad. I was telling my dad the other day. I remember my dad used to drop me to school, um, and he used to play the CD, and the CD will start with Right Here, then it will blend into I'm So Into You. This is when I was 15. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I this is music that I listen to from a kid. So that's why I have a great interest in the stuff that I grew up as a kid, as opposed to listening to stuff that's emerged within the past 10, 15 years. So
Okay.
anyway.
I love that. That's awesome. Okay, so we will move along, Simbaza, okay, to the game. To the game. Olu is feeling a little under the weather, so we want to, be respectful of that so he can be energized to get more content, okay? And if you want to acknowledge the comment first, Simbaza, that we have.
Yes. Welcome to the show, Black Woman Stitch, and she goes by Lisa Wolford, and she's a Webby or Ambi winner. She's an
She's
Ambi
one
winner.
and B. Hmm.
Yeah, she's an Ambi winner, and she says those are the late 20th century classics, and she put a heart emoji. Before we go in, I have one last thing.
Okay.
We're gonna do no, Olu. This one is you and I at the background. We're gonna talk about this, but I want you to go and listen to some dude called Calligraph Jones.
Calligraph Jones.
Right.
Okay. Let me write that down so I don't
Yes,
forget.
please. And then we can have a conversation about him later on.
Okay. Where's he from?
I, I, I want you to go listen to it and then come and tell me, hey, okay, tell
Oh,
Sambaza,
Simbaza, we
hey,
didn't
Sambaza, listen to
know
this
that
dude.
you were so
So
into music like that.
So
Oh,
Cali
no, it's
graph.
um KHA like
Okay.
calligraphy. So calligraph K
K
K
K A
H K H
K. Oh, sorry. KH
A L
AL
I
I
GRAPH.
GRAPH.
And the last name is
Calligraphy
Jones, Jones.
Jones. That's an
J O.
interesting name.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll check it
All right, cool.
okay.
out.
So, are we ready?
Moving on.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. Okay. And then we will wrap things along after the game that I made, and this is dedicated to the Sample Lounge. So Sample Lounge trivia. Okay, here we go.
Damn. This is the one that I
Um.
used to be scared of coming up and just hiding.
Oh my God. Well, you were.
How many
Okay.
questions?
You know what? Stop.
I gotta know how many.
No, you don't not you need to know how
All right,
many.
cool.
Okay, here we go.
Are you
Oh my
ready?
God. No, I have to hit the right button. Hang on.
Mhm.
And you guys, I have not
um,
seen these questions, even though I'm part of the show. Mm-mm. He
Okay,
made them,
sure.
so
Are we going head to head or what we did?
I guess so. But you
indivi-
should win because you have the inside knowledge. I ain't got no knowledge. The only reason I wanted to play was just because it would be boring if you had
okay,
whatever. So what do you think your
Okay.
score is gonna be?
okay, here we go.
All right.
So, hang on. Okay. So that's kind of small, so I'll read it out loud because it's kind of small.
Mm.
So, in the episode with legendary R&B singer Betty Wright's daughter, she tells the story of going to see a movie which contained part of her mother's song being played in the movie. Who what was the name of the movie, and what was the artist that contained the Betty Wright sample? Was it Harlem Nights, H Town, Crush Groove, Boys to Men, or New Jack City Color Me Bad?
Uh, New Jack City calling me bad. I
Wait,
remember the
Olu,
story.
Olu, I gotta
Yo,
answer first because
Oh my
you know
God.
you are the inside. You got the inside scoop.
all right.
I was gonna go with Harlem Nights, so I already got that wrong. Okay.
I remember this story as well. That was a funny story.
It was a funny story. Do you want to share on that a bit?
Yeah, so basically, um, calling me bad. I want to sex you up. Sampled Betty Wright's. What was the song? The Betty Wright song.
Tonight is the
Um,
night.
yeah, tonight's the night. Yeah, and the way that Betty Wright found out was her daughter, her daughters rather. They went to see New Jack City in the cinema, and then the Calling Me Bad song came on, and then one of the daughters was like, "Hmm, that sounds like my mum." And then the rest of the this was the youngest daughter that said it, and then the rest of the daughters were like, "Nah, that's not mum." And then they continue, and then the little one speaks again, says, "No, no, wait, that sounds like my mum." And then everyone else was like, "Do you know what? I think you're right." So then they told their mum about it, and the mum was pissed because initially, Color Me Bad or the manager or the producer, whoever from that side, they asked her initially, "Oh, can we use your song for a song called I Want to Sex You Up?" And Betty Wright was like, "Nah, you're not gonna use that on my song." So when she found out, they went around to sample it. She felt a way about it, obviously. But then apparently the manager of Call Me Bad was like a relative
Mhm.
of Betty Wright. So Betty Wright's mom, I think Betty Wright's mom sorted it out between the two cousins or some shit like that. I can't remember,
Yeah.
but something like that. Yeah. So that was the
Man, that
story.
must have been an ugly Sunday dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a kick out of that. I was like, she was at no lawsuits. They said the aunties and the grandmas worked that one
Yeah.
out. And I
Yeah.
was just like, oh wow,
But but you know what? It does happen to my significant other and her family. They'd be sitting down somewhere and music would be played from her grandfather's catalog, and they'd go like, "Yeah, that's his music." And he'd be like, "How do you know?" Well, now that I've stayed for long, I kind of know the music, so I'll hear the music and then be like, "Okay, yeah, that's the music." But yeah,
Yeah, it's such a weird way to find out when it doesn't go through the right channels, you know.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
That's the
Yeah.
lawsuits, really. It should have
Yeah,
been,
yeah, yeah,
Okay. Okay, back to the game.
yeah,
um, we pivoted from the game. Okay, let me see if I can get it back.
yeah.
Oh, that's full screen. Okay. Can you still hear me on top of that?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that
yeah.
okay. Okay, so that was the first one.
I gotta answer first.
Okay.
On Sambaza. Jeesh.
Yes.
Okay. So, the second question is the following songs all sample a Patti LaBelle song. Which one also samples a Teddy Pendergrass and DeBarge song? And the first one is Ghetto Music by Outkast, My Place by Nelly featuring Jaheim, or Lay It Down by Lloyd.
I'll go with My Place by Nelly.
I will also go with my place.
That is correct.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that. Oh, I like it. I like it. I really. Oh, they did sample the bars,
Oh, that's
didn't
the
they?
one? Oh, okay. I know that song.
Yeah, cause I could hear the Teddy Pendergrass, but I was thinking, where's the
Yeah.
barge? But okay, okay, cool, cool.
Okay, shout out to Nelly and Ashanti.
Yeah,
Okay, let me see if I can try to get the other view where we're on the left side. Let me see.
these are good questions. I like these questions.
Okay, here we go. So that was two. Question three. Which hip hop female artist sampled Nelly's Hot in Here? Hot Girl Summer, WAP, or Bust It?
I want to say,
Wait. I gotta answer. I'm the first one, right?
Oh my God, some bust.
uh, all right, good.
Hot Girl Summer.
That is incorrect. Oh,
Now the wrong. Now the wrong. I don't know. I think it's Busset. I might be wrong.
it's Bust It.
Right. Cool.
Yay, that was a good one. I want to say that was like a really good way to sample it. I especially love the beginning part.
Hmm.
So, but anyway, shout out to Nelly
I
again
can
getting
tell
that
those
one.
songs are too much for me.
Okay, moving on. I think we only have five, so
Only
okay. So the following Jackson song, "This Place Hotel," was used in all but which song? Hypnotized by the Notorious B.I.G., You Be Killing Them, Fabulous, or Heartbreak Hotel by The Game. So it's saying that it was used in all but one. Which one did not use the Jackson song?
Heartbreak Hotel, the game.
I don't even know the Jackson song is the Place Hotel. I never heard.
Really?
But I'm
And you
gonna. So go ahead.
like, go ahead.
Don't choose
I'm
mine because let me not be your lead. You just
I'm
seen
I'm
I just missed two.
I'm gonna choose Hypnotize, but I don't even know the song. So
That is correct. So you probably know the song if you heard it because a lot of people get the name of the song wrong. They usually think it's called Heartbreak
Heartbreak
Hotel,
Hotel. Oh, it's the
but
Heartbreak
Break Hotel
Hotel.
because he says Heartbreak Hotel
Yeah.
when it's
Dun,
really
dun, dun, dun,
called
dun, 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 dun.
exactly.
I know that's all I know that
You know
song.
what? I
Yeah.
was gonna choose that one. I don't know why I stopped. All right.
Yeah. And if you heard the Fabulous, it's really pronounced. The melody is really pronounced and the Fabulous. So
Mm.
that was a good use of that one. Okay, so that was question six. So we've got one more. Which song does not include a sample from DeBarge's I Like It? Ride With Me by Nelly, Throw It in a Bag by Fabulous, or That's How You Like It, Beyonce and Jay Z?
I'm gonna say Ride with Me.
Same here.
Um,
They're gonna
no,
kick
that
you
is
when you
not
can.
correct. That
That's
is
the
not
song. If you want to take a ride with me, then
that's not correct.
Hey, must be the money.
must be the money.
That is not correct. The correct answer is throw it in the bag.
I don't know
Fabulous.
what that song.
Does not use the sample.
Oh,
Um it does use part of I like it. So that is yeah, not incorrect. Okay.
I know a guy who looks like Fabulous.
So I think that is all and I think I put a little thank you in there. Thank you for playing.
Thank you,
But
thank you, thank
bump.
Yeah, we really appreciate you uh, playing the game. I think
thank
I
you,
only
thank
got
you.
one out of the five. How
Yeah,
many did you
luck
get,
next
Olu?
time. I wasn't
You
counting.
got a passing grade.
You know
I
I
hope
think you
what?
so.
got three. You got the first one right. Well, that was technically, and then you get the
Did the second one. He got the got three.
yeah, you got a passing grade.
Yeah.
For someone who is
No, I
yeah
think he
up
had
in the
4 out of
morning at this
5.
time, man,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Definitely.
Uh,
Hilarious.
uh,
So, any plans
Can
or
we make anything?
anything coming up for the sample lounge that you want to share with us, Olu, before we send you to get some tea?
um, yeah, as always, I'm planning to do some more interviews.
Hmm.
I've not confirmed who. I can't confirm who yet, but there'll be some dope guests, man, and
Yeah.
yeah, just more of the same. Yeah. I'll let you know next one that I do.
Yeah, please do. And you know what? Olu's so cool. He has been kind enough to invite me into his private cabinet. His private cabinet of
I heard about
guests.
this. I don't even get an invite.
Hey, if you wanna come next time, yeah, like
All
follow
right,
me on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not, man? Yeah,
all right, cool.
come
Appreciate
through.
that.
Okay,
Yeah,
Sambaza is allowed to come to the cabinet.
yeah,
So,
man, come
Yay!
through.
You see, I got a catalog of music. I know music a little
yeah,
bit,
I'm surprised. Okay.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
not nowadays. I listen to more of the East African, the Afrobeat music, East African music. Yes, especially the East African music, Kenyan music or such.
Mm.
It's changed the genres, but I gotta focus on that part. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Maybe my Pan Africanism is coming up, but it's more like okay. So how do I put it? The songs are not are I can kind of get the song sometimes, and then it's not like what's being played here with the newer songs because then I cannot play them in the car. When I'm doing my chauffeur duties, so it kind of helps me out. They can say some words and curse out, and the people in the van will not know what's going on. They'll be like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, that's nice," but oh man, the person probably has cursed out a lot. So that's my
Okay.
reasoning for changing.
Cool. Okay. Anything else to share, Olu?
Yeah,
um,
by the way, Olu, I'm sorry. Jen, you asked to share. No, we want to know your handles, please. That's how we go. Your handles, Instagram, whatever, 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 and how we can follow you.
all right, yeah, okay. Instagram is the sample lounge, just all one word. Um, am I on? Yeah, I am on Twitter, but I can't even remember where it is because I rarely use it. I think it's sample lounging. I mean, you can follow it, but you won't see anything interesting on Twitter.
Okay.
YouTube, I have a YouTube channel called The Sample Lounge. TikTok, same thing, but
Hmm.
I don't really use TikTok that much anymore. But the main ones are Instagram and YouTube. They both are The Sample Lounge. So
Nice.
yeah, man.
Have you
Okay.
ever hosted on Twitter Spaces?
Have I ever hosted on Twitter Spaces? No, I haven't, and I won't.
All right, that's. I was just asking. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
Huh.
Okay. Maybe we can get Olu to come back to Clubhouse.
Nah, do you know what? I'm done with Clubhouse, man.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not, because it's so much better when you can see the people you're speaking to, right?
Hmm.
Yeah,
It is.
it's
They're about to introduce video. I
excuse me.
heard. I heard from the grapevine they're about to bring in a video chat where you can see the people.
Oh, what,
Hmm,
Clubhouse?
Rumor has it, yes.
Oh,
interesting.
okay, that's interesting.
So will you come
Uh,
back?
no, I won't be using that. I mean, I might I might do like trivia rooms on Clubhouse.
Okay.
I've not done that in a while. I
Yeah,
might do
maybe
that.
for the holidays. Yeah, get you come back.
Yeah, yeah, I might do that, but I'm not doing interviews on Clubhouse ever again.
Okay.
Yeah, the last one that I did on Clubhouse was last year, July, and that was Jimmy Jam. That was the last one.
Okay. I remember
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But everything's been on Zoom now. It's so much, yeah, so much better. I don't know why I didn't do them earlier. Hey, it is what it
Good.
is.
For sure. And then we would have those links posted so you can check out Olu's content. The way that he chops up his reels and creates the reels are just so unique. Even celebrities have been, entertained and, enthralled to respond. Kelly Rowland, for God's sakes, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that's so cool. Anything to share about, as far from a content creator standpoint, on how you make your reels or what you think about in creating them after you've had this great interview and you want to make these short form content to kind of draw people in.
Yeah, that's a good question actually. Because I don't know if you remember, Jen. Before the whole, because initially I wasn't making videos, was I? If you remember,
Mm-hmm.
I
Right.
was just, I don't know if you remember what I was doing before. I was doing screen recordings of the Spotify.
Oh, and just the static picture with the audio?
No, it wasn't static. It was static, but basically, I'll do a screen recording of the Spotify interview and I'll just
Mm-hmm.
post it on Instagram. And
Okay.
so that's what I initially started doing, thinking because in my opinion, the content was really good. Not so much what I was saying, but what the guest was saying, right?
Right.
So I was thinking this would be enough to engage people. But despite the interesting things they were saying, the presentation wasn't engaging, and so people didn't really watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get any engagement with them.
Hmm.
So I was doing that, and I was like, "What's going on?" And I was thinking, "Oh, the reason why was because I don't have loads of followers, maybe." So then I did a collaboration with Bink. He obviously had he had way more followers than me, and so he shared it with his audience, and then I realized not many people engage with that either. So then I was
Mm.
like, okay, I need to really rethink how I'm presenting these interviews. And at the time, they were strictly audio interviews. So
Right.
I was like, okay, how can I present? So I thought, okay, hold on, why don't I add some visuals and try and like get the visuals to match whatever the person match the conversation basically,
Mm-hmm.
right? And because my brother he uses this he creates content as well, and so I asked him to quickly teach me how to do it. So then once I started adding visuals, then I realized people start engaging with it more. So yeah. So, but long story short, if anyone's listening and they do interviews and they want to gain engagement on social media, I I guess the even if they might be saying the most interesting thing, right? But if you don't present it in a way that's engaging, people won't listen to it. So
True.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So and if you think about it, there's loads of reels because everyone's doing podcasts now, right? That's what everyone's doing right now.
Right.
So
Exactly.
as soon as you see a screen of two people sitting down with a microphone, you're just gonna be like, oh, another podcast, right?
Right.
Unless you're patient and be like, okay, what are they actually saying? Um, Especially if the reel starts with something engaging. Maybe they say something crazy, be like, What's this person saying? Let me watch more." So yeah, um, the first 3 seconds of a reel is key.
Mm.
Um, uh, what else? Um, I mean, there's so many things that I can go into, but I'll just say this: stating the obvious, try and make it engaging. That's what I'll say. Yeah.
Definitely. And shout out to your editing skills because the way you incorporate different types of video, just like you said, to tell that story, it works. It definitely works to
Yeah,
yeah,
I I really enjoy it, man. I really enjoy it. And just to see other people on the internet liking it as well, that makes me feel great. So
good.
yeah.
Awesome. And then we have a comment. Dripping in Black Productions is in the house. Shout out to Mr. S Squared. All right, the
Right.
man behind Dripping in Black. Thank you for tuning in. All right. Okay, so I think somebody's anything else to add before we can wrap it up?
Oh, hey, if you start talking music here, we'll go on for a long, long time with Olu, man. And Olu, you need to get some rest. Seeing that you have the
Yeah.
cough.
Yeah,
Yeah,
We
just
yeah.
I, I really enjoyed everything that you talked about, and like I said, I'll be happy to come join you in your conversations and your music, and I'm looking forward to more.
Yeah, sure. Give me a follow on Instagram. I'll follow you back, man.
okay.
No worries, I will definitely do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, man.
I don't have the Joe Budden following, but I'll hit you up.
yeah, it's all good, man. Jen, thanks for having me once again. I think this is the third time I think we've done this.
Second officially, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we did
So
some other projects, but yeah.
yeah, this was fun. I enjoyed it. Thanks. Appreciate it. Um,
Good. For sure. Definitely want to celebrate our fellow content creators and uplift the culture. And I appreciate what you're doing with the culture. So definitely nod and kudos to you.
thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, guys. So, we appreciate you for tapping in with us on a Friday. We normally are not on Fridays, so shout out to the chat who definitely engage with us. We appreciate you guys. You're awesome. So we just heart is full for you guys tuning in kind of unexpectedly on a Friday. So thank you for being present for Olu as we celebrate him today. And if hopefully you found the conversation has inspired and enlightened you, if you found today's episode meaningful, please consider sharing. Share, like, subscribe, tell a friend, and stay tuned for more engaging content. All right. And so, with that, we will see you guys next time.
Take care. God
And
bless.
take
Bye.
care.